good, y'all? How are y'all doing? If y'all are new to the channel, I do lifestyle rearrangement content, and the topic of today's video is your change is your shift. Many people think prayer is a command or ask to God, but that's not always the case. Sometimes your prayer may be for you. You determine your life's outcomes. The word that makes the word determine itself is deter, meaning make a decision. Stop praying for change if you aren't willing to turn the page. Meaning this, if you aren't willing to change your actions to change an outcome, you never deserve the solution. People pray usually for a solution to a problem that they have. And that's what prayer is about, really. That's what people have made prayer about. Praying in order to find a solution to a problem, to fix a problem. So it's the same thing as a solution, right? Sometimes people act like the problems in their life are only caused or are only caused by other people. And some people believe that only God can change these problems. And that doesn't mean necessarily in every situation. That just means in some cases people say, okay, well, only God can deal with this. No. It just takes a person to change their perspective and change their actions. Change the way they see certain things and change the way they do things. Sometimes we blame God, we blame other people, we blame this person, blame that person, blame it on this, blame it on that, instead of taking accountability and saying, full accountability, and saying, you know what, I did this, I made this mistake, this went on, okay, what can I do to change the situation by myself? Praying is still crucial, but what can I do to change this predicament? What can I do to change the outcome of this predicament? What can I do? Sometimes you have to ask that question to yourself. What can I do? Not what can God do. We know God can do anything. But what can you do? That's the question. We know what God can do. And He's proved it many of times. Many of times. He's proved it. He's proved it. So you got to think about this, right? If God can do everything, then yes, you can pray to Him for whatever you want. And God can say, here. Because He's God. He can do that. But why does that not happen in certain cases? Because God wants you to do something. He wants you to make a decision. Why not you make a decision? Why not you do so? Why might not you do something different? Why not do something different? Why not you fix the issue, fix what you're doing? Why don't you tell this person, yo, don't do that? Why not you? That's a question that God sometimes asks people. Why not you? Because God can do anything. So you don't have to ask God, I know you can do it, man. I know you can do it. Yes, He can do it. Does that mean He's going to do it? No. Because you got to learn that sometimes everything is not a call to God. Oh, God, I need you to... No. Sometimes it's a call to yourself. Sometimes it's a call to yourself. Sometimes it's you. What can you do about this to change this outcome? What can you do that can change this outcome? What can make this outcome different? What can make the usual outcome different? What can you do to make the original outcome different? You gotta ask yourself that sometimes. And you have to stop blaming other people. Okay, well, this person did something to you. Are you going to let it get to you, or are you going to keep going? Somebody said this on the internet, and if I remember who said it, I'll say it. But they were like, it was basically, I don't know the exact number, but they were like, okay, well, I'll just use my own example. If you lose $10,000 out of your $100,000, are you going to throw the rest of the $90,000 away? No, you're not going to throw the rest of the $90,000 away. So you deeply have to think about this. In order for you to go where you need to go and to get the outcome you want, there is a possibility that you might have to make a change in yourself, or that you might have to do something that you did before again, or start making it a routine. There's a possibility, yes, that you may have to do this thing again. Sorry, it says my battery's at 11%. Yes. So no, stop. If you can change it, we're not making this a situation, because some people are like, oh no, I can't do nothing about that, because they don't believe in themselves, and sometimes people are just being lazy. They're like, okay. So what? If you want a situation to change, and you can make this change on your own, you know it's going to be hard, but you can make this change on your own, make this change on your own. Then if you ask God and say, God, okay, God, can you please help me to deal with this situation? Or you say, God, I'm going to deal with this situation, but help me to do it the right way, and help me to carry whatever burdens come with it. Or, that's it. It's as simple as that. So sometimes it's not always a prayer to God. Sometimes it's a change that you got to make in your own life. Sometimes it's a change you got to make in your mindset. Sometimes it's a change you got to make in your environment. Sometimes you have to make a change in the people that are around you. Sometimes you have to make a change in who's in your ear. That's also very important too. Because who's in your ear can affect your mindset. You don't want that. People with the wrong mindset say the wrong thing in your ear, and your whole like you're messed up after that. So it's as simple as that. Stop always using prayer for God to solve your issues. No, sometimes you might have to do something by yourself. You might have to take action. You might have to be tired for a few days. You might have to lose sleep for a few days. Okay. Get that thing done. It's as simple as that. Sometimes prayer is not always... Prayer can help, and God can do anything. But it's up to you to do what you have to do in order to get things in order regarding your life. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, you know what I'm saying, YouTube comments are open. If y'all have like any something personal you want to ask me, or something else, something you want to, you want to learn how to save money, want to learn how to make money, something else, you want some advice on something, you know what I'm saying, you want to make money but you're willing to pay to make money, then you can also text me for that, you know what I'm saying, DM me or whatever, and follow me, then DM me, so I know, because just so I know where you're coming from, you know what I'm saying, even if you're just following me, just follow me. You know what I'm saying? Just let me know you're coming from YouTube, so I don't think you're just some random person. You know what I'm saying? But I'll see you guys in another video. May you have a blessed rest of your day.